one major adjustment Coach Carter does before they win literally everything except the last loss, which was very predictable, is he made them run a lot. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
No other basketball team in the state of California runs.
Yeah, nobody.
We just got to outrun them. And then the next team, guess what? We got to outrun them.
Faster than them, too.
Welcome to The Big Room, a movie podcast by non-movie people. I'm Cam. I'm here with Danielle, Nick, and Carl. And Nick is back from the grave.
I'm back.
Oh, we missed Nick. Nick was
no
not
longer
here.
dead.
Not here to defend his positive review of the last movie. What was it?
Gangs
even
of New
called?
York was fine, man.
Gangs of New York. Didn't
It
like
was
it.
just fine.
Didn't
They
like
ganged him New Yorked up on me.
it. This week's movie is, as you can see and read and have read, is Coach Carter. Sports ball movie. Sports. But before we get into sports, we have to address a breaking, gripping news event. Sierra Mist is dead, you guys.
Rip.
R.I.P.
And a hush fell over the crowd because nobody cared at all about Sierra Mist. But I'm a big Sprite guy because I can't have caffeine, so it's the only soda left for me. And I have for you audio people, I have a bottle of Sprite and a bottle of Starry, and I want to try Starry for the first time on the show, and so are you.
I am.
And Nick has tried Starry before. We'll get his opinions afterwards, and Carl forgot.
I don't drink soda.
How embarrassing.
We'll start with what we're familiar with. Let's go
Sorry,
into.
you guys just have to
Oh,
say
if this sucks, we'll cut it from the episode.
shit about the
but-
soda.
It's Sprite. It's not Fountain Sprite. Sprite
I'm
makes
not
me
gonna
think
put
of that
the cap
one. Is
Sprite.
it the Drake
No.
commercial where his face like came apart and there were like speakers in it?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Starry, you guys. Okay.
What's it smell like?
It smells like
How's the aroma?
kind of like mellow yellow. It tastes like green Skittles. Moving on.
That is the
Ooh.
fizziest thing I've ever had. It's so fizzy.
It's Starry.
It,
It's good.
that's why it's called Starry. Because
That's the tagline.
Well, stars don't fizz, dude.
yeah, but like
It's not why
They
it's
fizzle
called.
out.
They,
sparkles,
they,
stars.
they sparkle.
Yeah.
It's so fizzy.
Yeah, break
I
it down
like
for
it.
those of us that don't have it. Does any flavor profile stand out against the Sprite? Like what's going on? What's going through your heads right now?
It tastes more skittly.
Yeah, it's more. I think it's more limey.
Like, yeah, it's limier.
I think it's more limey.
Okay.
So it's kind of green skittly in a
Yeah.
way.
Gotcha.
Better?
Back to Sprite.
I don't like green Skittles very much. I don't think it's better than Sprite. I'm going to go back to Sprite. This is a drink show now. All right. Enough about white soda.
There you go.
And on to sports ball movie time. Coach Carter. We watched Coach Carter this week, starring Samuel L. Jackson, who is this is my second Sam Jackson movie.
That's it.
Well, I guess technically fourth. I've only
he's
ever
in
seen
everything.
him. I've only ever seen him in Star Wars.
That's
Never
actually
occurred.
I've
impressive.
seen Marvel
That's
movies.
impressive.
Okay, I've seen him as Nick Fury but I've only
yeah.
seen like 4 Marvel movies. You guys.
I'm gonna be burping a lot now because
Yeah, it's
I've
gonna be great.
filled myself with bubbles.
Try to do that
Let's
not
just do a
in the
montage
microphone.
of all the burps.
Yeah.
All right. How do we get into this? Let's get into Coach Carter.
Expectations going in.
Expectations. Yeah, let's start with not me.
Start with not you.
Nick?
Carl. Nick.
Nick.
Carl.
Carl.
Oh.
All right, Nick it is.
I go, Nick.
What'd you expect?
Hysterical. So in classic form, I knew nothing about this movie, went into it not watching a trailer, not reading anything. I liked it. It was an all right movie. I expected. I'm wondering if not going into it or going into it without seeing anything or reading anything is a bad move, because I watched this twice. Second time, I liked it way more.
Okay.
First time, and that's just because I had an expectation that, and we'll get into it, but It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But then on the second watch, understanding what it was, I liked it.
Okay. Carl?
Yeah, I really just knew it was a BMAC wreck, so I was like, okay, probably sports related, and that's all I know. But I always loved Sam Jackson, so I just expected some kind of sports ball movie.
Yes. So we have a friend and boss, BMAC. This is one of his favorite movies. He's a big basketball guy. He named his dog after one of the characters.
Wait, who?
Timo.
Rest in peace.
Okay.
R.I.P. Timo.
Oh.
So he's a pretty big Coach Carter fan. This was a recommendation from him. Some of the movies in the list were wrecks from other people. Gangs of New York was a wreck, and Coach Carter was a wreck. What did you think, or what were you thinking going in?
I expected, I think, a little bit more of like a Remember the Titans-y vibe. Like I kind of expected it to be basketball's answer to Remember the Titans.
Basketball's answer. Big basketball.
You seen Remember the Titans? Either of you two seen Remember the Titans?
I have not.
I think so, but it's been a long time.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
like the best sports movie.
It's so good.
So I have seen a basketball movie that came out around the same time that was not this. My basketball movie as a kid was Glory Road, which was it's a Disney movie, and it has a bit of a different angle. Not to get too far into it, I prefer Glory Road to this, I think, but that may be because I watched Glory Road as a kid. But I think some of it has to do with the central conflict around Glory Road is mid-1960s racial tensions. It's a black basketball team in that movie. And that's like one of the primary conflicts. Instead of the principal wants the basketball team to have bad grades. I much prefer the 1960s racial drama to the drama from Coach Carter. But it was a different angle as well. Glory Road's more about the team, and the coach is a character. This is more about the coach and the team as a character. They both came out around the same time. But Brian, I talked to BMAC, and he prefers Coach Carter. He thinks it's a much better movie than Glory Road. And I kind of posed the opinion of, maybe that's because, you watched Coach Carter growing up. I watched Glory Road growing up, and we have flipped opinions. But Glory Road, speaking of Remember the Titans, Glory Road is basketball's answer to Remember the Titans, more so than Coach Carter is. Yeah. Remember the Titans is significantly better than both of them. Remember the Titans is so good. Great football movie. Super good. So that's kind of our thoughts going in. Let's just jump right in, I reckon. Yeah. The movie centers around Coach Ken Carter, played by Sam Jackson, and his team his basketball team. He accepts a job at a school. The team kind of sucks, so they're bringing a new coach in. The coach is retiring. The old coach is retiring. Coach Carter runs a sports goods store, I guess, in the same town. But they don't really mention. It's one of the opening shots in the film.
They don't really talk about it.
It gets a brick thrown through the window at one point.
It does.
Yeah. So we have a couple slight scenes.
He gets an Ford private school.
Yeah. They're the big ticket actor.
Wrong industry.
The big ticket actor, other than Sam Jackson, is I guess Channing Tatum. Has a minor role in it.
Was he in anything before this?
It was early days.
So this was his breakout role.
Really?
So he
no
was
kidding.
A nobody. I don't know if it was his first role, but it was definitely his breakout.
Wow. Okay. I was kind of wondering, watching this movie through a 2023 lens, I was kind of wondering why he wasn't a bigger part of the film. Because I'm like, that's freaking Channing Tatum.
Also, that man hasn't aged.
No.
He looks the same.
He's done good. Yeah, he's done good.
He's got more hair now.
More hair, bigger muscles.
Bigger muscles.
Bigger roles.
Nobody else really huge in the movie. I think I'm right in saying.
Bruce looked really familiar, but I couldn't place him, and I looked up IMDb,
I looked him up too,
really
and I
find
couldn't.
anything.
Yeah, we didn't. We're not. Yeah. So we kind of meet the team, and Coach Carter kind of makes this statement of hey, we're here to grow these players as people. It's one of those kind of movies. I'm mentoring these individuals. We're not here to just win basketball games, as they literally go undefeated for 95% of the movie. Yep. So there was that. He has some contract thing he gives out at the beginning. he gives out a contract. I don't remember all of the exact points. I know it was like your GPA had to be above a certain point.
Sit front row in class.
Sit front row in class, and then wear a tie on game day. That was the 3 rules, right?
That was those are the big.
Those
ones,
were the big hitters.
Yep.
And then like mistakes, like you couldn't talk, like back talk, or speak out of turn, I guess, in practice, or you ran suicides. There was a whole thing about like he didn't want the players using the N-word. That was a point of tension early on in the film that someone ran a lot of suicides or did a lot of push-ups for.
If you're 5 minutes late, or if you're
if you're on time, you're 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
Which his son immediately breaks that rule.
Yeah. This is my son. He is late. He owes me suicides.
I thought he was kind of. Oh, and everybody called everybody sir. So he kind of did like the.
So much sir going around.
So much sir is going around.
He was a little bit of a drill sergeant, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Kind of a whipping up into shape, kind of coach, which is a good role for Sam Jackson, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
He nailed the coach role. I just wanted to know why he was so like. I wish they'd done a flashback when he was like in high school and he was like this rebel rousing kid. And he's like gets in a car accident or something. He's like, never again. I'm changing my life around.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to know like why. How is he always like at the top of his game?
I think we got a little bit of that because we get the background that he went to the same school and had a bunch of basketball records like hung up in the gymnasium. So he's like, he has a conflict, isn't it with Timo at the very beginning of the movie with the Timo Cruz character that like tries to fight him and he like slams him up against the wall. But before that, if you're looking for my credentials for this job, they're on the wall behind you, which is a stone cold killer line. Like that's a good line. But he also, I think, kind of has a dialogue point of like, hey, I got out of this rough school and rough neighborhood and made something of myself. So I'm here to like try to help you guys do the same. Because they have a bunch of statistics.
At some points, at one point, he was even like, "Yeah, I know people who I played with that have died."
Yeah, and
like he's seen what he's trying to stop.
Mm-hmm. And wasn't it like
I just wanted a little bit more of that?
60%, only 60% of kids graduate, and most of those are women from the school.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm like only 6% of graduates go to college or something like that.
Yeah. And most of the ones that don't graduate go to jail.
Bad school.
Yeah, so it's a crappy school. Helped in no part by the worst character in the movie, the stupid principal, which was my main beef with the film. I enjoyed the movie overall. I don't think it was like incredible. It's not Remember the Titans, but my main gripe was the principal seemed like almost like a caricature, like an unrealistic villain. It's like, what principal does not want their kids to have better grades?
Evil stepmother.
Yeah. Or the parents. Like, what parent is like, my son's failing all his classes, but I don't care. He should play basketball.
Those parents sucked so bad.
It just seemed cartoon villainy,
Yeah. If
that makes sense. And when your contrast is Glory Road, it's like, all right. This pales in comparison to being a black basketball player in the 60s.
It's worth noting that the entire movie is based on a true story.
Yes, that's true.
I watched an interview with Ken Carter. He said
you're
that.
Smart.
So, thanks, man. I needed that. He said that he was involved with the movie, so he was really concerned about it being real and factual and being as close to reality as possible, which he said they accomplished very well.
All right.
So
maybe that principal in real life was a villain. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder how much of it is they're like overplaying it for the sake of the movie, or is it just she really sucked in real life and these parents really suck that bad? I don't know.
I wanted a little more of the Timo Cruz conflict because he's a character in the movie that doesn't want to commit to the team at first and leaves, and then we learn he's kind of dipping his toe into like gangbanging. Selling, I think it's like selling drugs or whatever, or like
I think he was
with his cousin or uncle. Like I'm not 100% cousin. And then it's cousin like
Rennie.
He comes back into the team, and then he leaves the team again. And then his
He was
cousin.
the most interesting player, though. He had the most conflict, other than was it Kenyon,
Was that the?
who had the possible baby on the way?
That's right.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
also Damien, which is Carter's son, but his conflict was just way early in the movie. He's like, I want to play for you because he went to a rival school. He went to like a nice private school, but wanted to play for his dad. So he like was like, I'm being a man and making my own decisions and blah blah blah. And then
That might
joins.
speak to Carter's presence at home.
Right.
Like maybe he spent less time with these.
I just want to spend time with you,
He
Dad.
said, I'll quit school. I just want to play on your team. Just notice me. Regard me.
Maybe Coach Carter's a bad dad.
Entire future.
Oh man.
Maybe he's a bad dad.
Oh.
But
Good
and then
coach.
but the thing is like he joins the school and then outside of being late to the first practice, everything goes right.
Yeah. He just keeps wearing blazers to class.
I thought there was going to be more conflict with him like being on the team.
Yeah.
And it was like the first practice there was, but then there never was again. He just kind of he played more of a sixth man role, like he came off the bench. And especially early. I think he might have started later. I don't know.
Yeah, and like that first game, somebody got pulled out, and then he's like, "All right, Carter, you're in."
Yeah,
And then, like he just passes the ball to him at the end, and he's like, "Good pass." He's like, "That was all you," and it's like all of a sudden we're all good now. It's like that one.
No, he made
that
the
one pass.
He made the shot.
Pass. Yeah,
Or
or
the-
the shot.
I
We
don't
made one shot, but then he passed it
That's
to
right.
Worm.
Yeah.
And
Worm.
then Worm was like, who is like, "You're gonna put a freshman in?" So I was like, "All right, I guess the beef is settled."
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't take much.
within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it till just now, but like, how many people are on this team? Like, did they even have people to sub out?
They did because they had more than 5. We focused on really like 4
Like
characters.
10? Oh,
That's it.
4? Oh.
I don't
He
know.
asked for 25 copies, and I was like, how many people are on a
Oh,
basketball
Right.
that's true. That's true.
Remember oh my God, when Damien comes to the school initially, we get this cringe scene of Channing Tatum rapping that I
Like all
will
freestyling.
never forget. And he's like, he's so whatever the
remember
opposite of passionate is. He's just
Yeah.
like this
The
half-assed
most
rap,
indifferent rapping.
and everybody's
character
so
might have been
into it.
the most cringe character.
I should have
Because
kept
there's that
account.
scene where he was leaning up against the locker talking to the girl.
No,
And he's like, when I'm out on the court, all I have to do is think about you. And everything's right.
Boo.
he's trying though.
Like Coach Carter's talking about
Boo.
where are you supposed to be right now?
Algebra. And then he tries to introduce his
Algebra.
girl, and he's like, "Go to class."
Yeah, I don't know how to-
What are you gonna
Shut
say?
the
Go to class.
I was gonna say I should have kept account of how many times he said the word dog throughout the movie. Everybody was dog.
So-
every 5 minutes.
Dog is kind of dead, isn't it?
Yes.
Nobody really says dog
Nobody
anymore.
Everybody, a
Nothing
dog is
anymore.
dead. Everybody was
Yeah.
dog, and everything was bullshit in this movie.
Yeah.
Everything,
Everything.
It's like the writers' room. It's like, man, they have some conflicts. What do the players think? That it's bullshit. All right, we've got this other conflict. What do they think about this? That it's bullshit. They say this is bullshit like 100,000 times in the movie. So the point was like,
One for each
can it
sprint
just be a
for each
bummer?
suicide.
Can it be annoying? Can it be anything other than bullshit
No.
for once?
That answer is no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rats.
Just doesn't have the same
golly
weight.
gee.
Yeah.
But no, this is bullshit. Every time anything happened, it was bullshit.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it
It
was.
was.
Channing Tatum's rapping. I thought the dialogue early, especially one of the first bits of dialogue we get was Coach Carter with his wife talking about the job. She like asked him how the interview went or whatever, and if he was going to take the job and blah blah blah, and or his girlfriend, I guess.
Yeah,
And she
girlfriend,
was
yeah,
like,
'cause she was
like, "Are we
Talking
still
about the
going to get to
vacation.
go to Mexico?" And he was like, "Yeah, we're going to get to go to Mexico." And then we went, "I bet they don't get to go to Mexico."
They're not going to Mexico.
They never bring it up again.
No.
We
His
never
wife-
hear about
Ending at one.
Mexico.
His wife was
Yeah.
just magically
That's-
fine with all of this. She was
Ride
just
or
like,
die.
you
Coach
know,
Carter
it's fine.
too.
That's
Dude, they just
In
started now.
Mexico.
Coach Carter in Mexico. Yeah.
yeah. But
Vacation Carter.
I thought that dialogue, that husband and wife, or him and his girlfriend, whatever the relationship was, I thought the dialogue in that scene was a little rough. And it was definitely the script, not the actors. Because at first I was like, she might not be great with Sam Jackson in this, but then the next line he said was trash. And I'm like, if Sam Jackson can't even save this scene, it's a bad scene. It's just written bad. But the rest of the dialogue was cringy because it was early to mid 2000s like lingo, not because it was poorly written. I don't think it was just that first scene that stood out to me. I did write down at one point, I think it was during the party scene, where they win this tournament. They win this it's not the state championship. They go to like some other tournament,
regionals or
something, or an invitational. I thought maybe
was it the winter tournament, the one that they win?
Yeah, the one they win, and then go to the party at the girl's house. Yeah, the rich people's house. I wrote, I get a weird feeling this movie could work as a comedy with not major changes. I clarified like a Medea style comedy with a serious A story and a comedic B story. I feel like this could have been a funny movie pretty easily. Because the stakes
laugh track to some of the scenes and it would work pretty perfectly.
Yeah. Like the stakes just weren't ever high. You know?
No.
And we're coming off of a historical drama, so I guess everything's going to feel like a cakewalk, but it just felt like not all of it was a predictable movie, even down to how Coach Carter came back into the team after he gets, will he, won't he? It's like, of course he's, it's whatever. And then
I think that they did a bad job at packing too many, side stories into the movie, which made everything feel rushed. Each person had their own conflict, and we're seeing just bits and pieces. You never see the full story for any of it for any one person, but it's just this person's doing this person's doing that, and I don't like that.
Yeah,
I think it hurt the entire movie.
It was a lot of we kind of only got dustings of conflict.
Yeah.
We had the whole kid abortion thing. And then we had Timo's whole thing that was ended so abruptly when his cousin just got shot out of nowhere. I was just like, Jesus!
I need to play basketball, please. I need something. It's like, okay,
so weird.
I'm good to go.
And then it just cuts to the next day.
Yeah.
Timo's
It's
fine.
over, and he's running suicides again, and he's studying algebra.
That was a little jarring.
It did feel a little too easy winning the team over.
Yeah.
What high school kids do 1,000 push-ups and they're like, yes sir, do 1,000 push-ups. These kids were, how are they walking after this? That's insane.
I can't do 10.
So
yeah, I literally tried to do a little bit watching this. I was like, I bet I could do a pull-up or a push-up, and I was like, nope. stick to sitting down.
What are you gonna say, Nick?
I went into this movie thinking that it was going to be this big story of take this crappy basketball team and then make them better.
Yep.
But it wasn't that at all.
No,
which is why I liked it better on the second watch. But to that point of who would immediately jump on board with this guy? They were good basketball players. At the beginning of the movie, they're comparing a random high school kid to LeBron James.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm the only Tuck
this okay.
Well, and and it's funny because their record was 4-20, 4-20 something in the previous season or whatever. They only won 4 games. the one major adjustment Coach Carter does before they win literally everything except the last loss, which was very predictable, is he made them run a lot. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
No other basketball team in the state of California runs.
Yeah, nobody.
We just gotta outrun them, and then the next team, guess what? We gotta outrun them.
Faster than them too. We're faster than everybody.
Run them hard, guys.
We just gotta have more endurance. That's how you win.
Or they ran plays based off of sisters and girlfriends' names.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that scene,
dude. Okay. He has so many sisters.
How many sisters does he
There's
have?
so many plays.
Yeah.
He had 2 sisters, and I think it was 2
and a girl. And then there was one girl that he was talking about.
Crazy girlfriend, and then his mom.
Oh yeah.
I think he had a defensive play about his mom.
3 total, yeah.
Yeah. I liked during the tournament, the winter tournament, the in the middle of the movie, seeing the old Gatorade logo brought me back a bit, and that reminded me of a question that I have for the group that I will present without comment, although Danielle knows exactly where I stand here.
I know where this is going.
Lemon lime Gatorade. Okay? Picture it in your head. What color is the liquid?
Like a lime.
Yellow.
What color?
Yeah, it's like a citrusy yellow.
So you would put. Damn it.
Like a yellow green, kind of neonish.
But if you had to pick,
neon's a good word.
if you had to pick between yellow or green,
It's like I mean, it's more yellow, I think, than green, but there's green in there.
I call it
Yeah,
green.
it's right in between.
I call it green Gatorade, and she
They-
gets so mad at me.
They both said
It's been a
yellow
long time since
first.
I've seen it too. So
So I am like,
I know it says
whenever
green yellow.
whenever I'm sick, I'll be like, get me green Gatorade, and she'll be like, yellow,
It's-
and I'm like, not the time.
It's
she comes back
Yellow.
with the what was it, what's that cucumber
Bro.
lemonade?
Cucumber,
Cucumber
yeah.
I just googled it.
Pepino something.
What, Nick?
I just googled it. It's yellow.
It's
100%.
It's green.
It's yellow. Let us know in the comments below. Is it yellow
Yeah,
or
what
green?
color is? We'll have to do an Insta story for this, just to watch me get bodied in a poll.
It's yellow.
However, I will defiantly call it green Gatorade until I die because it's green.
You're wrong.
It rolls off
I
the
like
tongue
it.
more.
Die on that hill, man.
Wrong.
It's green Gatorade.
Green Gatorade.
Never been more wrong.
If I told a stranger, can you get me some green Gatorade from the grocery store aisle, I guarantee you they'd bring me back lemon lime.
Yeah.
Isn't there an
Gonna
actual green
expand your
Gatorade
horizon
though?
what green
Yeah,
is.
like the cucumber lime or cucumber
cucumber lemon pochino or something like that.
something fettuccine alfredo.
That's my favorite flavor. It's like a
Fancy
cucumber lime
Gatorade.
Gatorade.
My favorite Gatorade flavor is melon, which is not common, but it's super
I
good.
don't
like
I
cantaloupe.
don't have one.
Actually, that's not true. My favorite Gatorade flavor is blue Powerade. Moving on. So I wrote down halfway through the movie, we haven't seen the team lose a single game yet, nor
No.
did we until the very, very end. And then this was an obvious observation. I guess the conflict at this point is going to be behavioral, not on-court struggles.
Yeah.
And that was duh. So then after the whole party debacle, right? Like the team goes to that house party, they get busted. Coach Carter's pissed off because they're all grinding and being in hot tubs and
He
getting
should
drunk.
be more pissed off that these girls were wearing boots without socks, and that's disgusting.
with the fur.
Disgusting behavior.
They did not have socks on, or which is
Ugh.
awful. And then he gets the progress reports he's been asking for all movie. Like the school is so uncooperative with him about getting progress reports, which is something that teachers already.
creating new
The
work.
teachers have to do it anyway. Like,
Oh, do they? Oh.
I mean, every 9 weeks, right? I feel like in high school, every 9 weeks.
He
you
wanted
get,
them
like,
weekly.
He wants weekly. Yeah.
He wanted them weekly.
Oh, you still have to record your grades.
So
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not a teacher.
Well, and he wanted attendance things,
Back
but
to
then
the why,
and it
what
was
was,
for,
what
like-
was his beef with the party? Like they were winners. It was just because it wasn't.
they were drinking. I think.
tactful?
I think it was
Oh,
the
yeah,
drinking
maybe.
and the girls that they were that he was pissed off about.
They snuck out.
It was
what are
still
we-
like
what are we
it
playing
was still a
for?
school thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's a
Yeah.
chaperone. He's like, I go
Yeah.
with you to your room. I go to your room to celebrate with you, and you've snuck out. He was pissed.
That was the most unbelievable scene when he was talking to his wife on the phone. He's like, "I'll go wake him up." Like you don't think like weren't you in high school too? Don't you think they're celebrating right now? You don't like that seemed like they just glossed
They're
over. it. I was
probably
like,
not a
okay.
sleep guy.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
at that
like-
point, I wrote down where I thought the movie was gonna go, and I was close, but totally wrong. At that point, because he gets the progress reports anyway. Right? They come back. He's pissed off. He like throws his coat down, and he goes right to his office after getting home in the middle of the night. I don't
Of
know.
course, not to his wife.
Yeah, not to his girlfriend or whatever. He goes to work. And the progress reports are on his desk, and they all suck. And then he like throws paper so violently. It was awesome. And he's like, "Damn it!"
So
was-
distraught.
This is bullshit.
It was,
no,
Cut to the scene of him picking up paper.
yeah. I wrote down, I'm thinking the school fires him for some reason. I didn't know about the gym locking at this point. Like that happened right after this. I'm thinking the school fires him for some reason, and the team has to rally and play for the fired coach as he watches from the stands or something. That's where I thought the movie was going. It was close, but totally wrong.
I think I would have liked that better.
I think so. I think that would have been better to me. What happens is there's a school board meeting for the whole. What are school boards at a county level or city level?
County level.
So there's a whole school board. They get the whole county of wherever California,
Wherever they are.
and they're like, the issue that needs addressing is Coach Carter put a chain on the gym doors.
Yeah.
We want our basketball.
Because he wants them to
I
succeed.
do not believe that this crappy high school in the middle of nowhere, California, got that much attention.
No way, right? Like,
No.
like there are some high school sports, like high school football in Texas is huge. But like basketball in California,
I have to admit, I thought this was in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, yeah. I halfway through the movie,
really?
the first half of the movie, I probably thought it was Virginia.
I thought when they went to that other school, I was like, they're all flying to California right now. It's insane. Like,
I think that's
that was
fair.
way over my head. I totally missed it.
No, they're in
Yeah.
California.
Richmond, California.
Yeah,
I think
Or
that's
just
fair
Richmond's
though.
the name of the high school.
The Richmond you know is the one in Virginia.
right. But it's Richmond High, so it may not be in. I don't know. Maybe it's in
I don't know.
Richmond, California. I don't know anything about California. We could not be further
No,
away.
it's definitely California.
No, it's in California, but is that a city? Like I don't know if it was just the name of the school or the city. So yeah, they have a school board meeting about basically forcing the coach to open the school, which seems outside of
Yeah.
the scope of the school board. They even say that the school board can't fire him because they want him fired. And he was like, if the school board opens the gym, I'll quit. And I'm like, no, you won't. This movie's called Coach Carter, and there's 20 minutes left. You know?
There's like an hour left at that
But he
point.
did. He did, though.
Well, he did, but
He tried.
he goes back to the gym still, and that's when he like picks up his chain, which was hilarious to me for some reason. He's like, gotta use this
Yeah,
again.
put this back in the garage.
his cut chain, you know, and puts it in his bag and then walks in the gym, and they're all in the gym in desks that I guess they dragged noisily across the floor.
Perfect grid.
In
Oh,
a
I never thought
perfect
about
grid
that.
In the
with
middle.
the only 3 teachers that were like that we ever saw him check in with. Like we see other disgruntled teachers in the school board meeting, but the only 3 teachers that we had seen previous are like
were
tutoring
on
the
his
guys,
side.
and they're like, they can open the gym, but they can't make us play. And I'm like, you were against this lockout. Like, what is happening? They turn on a dime in this movie. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
They started
were
getting good
inspired,
grades.
man.
Yeah. They
Oh.
were like, this feels good.
I forgot about the press conference where they have freaking Bob Costas interviewing a high school coach. ESPN's Bob Costas.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So hang on.
Right.
This apparently this did get national attention after the first couple games were.
Okay. Okay.
So it was
Maybe
like,
I'm-
oh, this random basketball coach in wherever is doing this, and then people started talking about it.
Do you think that would
I
happen
don't
today?
know that. Do what?
Do you think that would happen today? Like it'd probably be on Twitter for 10
Maybe.
minutes, maybe. But Bob Costas isn't interviewing you over it.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
don't know. It's so easy to get a viral video going. It might be like at that point, like it might be better for him to do it because it would boost his ratings. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a different world now with the way it's gone ball. Our
The
pockets.
other thing we got right after the presser, before the kids are in the gym. I know I'm jumping around here, but this is really important. We get the Asian song,
Oh,
which is "Let
I
the
could
Drummer
listen to
Kick."
that.
"Let the Drummer Kick" is what the actual song is called. I don't know, Carl, if you remember Brian bringing up the Asian song back in the day.
You
when-
saying Asian? What are you saying?
Asian, like -ATION, because in "Let the Drummer
Oh,
Kick,"
Okay.
every lyric that's not the backing "Let the Drummer Kick,"
Yes,
like the
okay,
drummer
yeah,
kick,
I know.
ends in Asian.
Yeah.
It's like
Saddest
motivation.
sounding song.
Identification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Identification.
It's like this guy just going like word by word in the
So,
dictionary.
and
It's
she
a
didn't know
source or
about the
something.
Asian song.
No, I
So
know.
the intro like piano riff starts, and I went, "The Asian song!"
And it's like a serious part of the movie, and then I just started
Dying
dying.
laughing because it's the Asian song, man. And
It
Brian
seemed- It was a
refuses.
little on the nose. Yeah.
Brian refuses to call it "Let the Drummer Kick." So I remember being at work like 10 years ago trying to Google the Asian song,
That would be hard to find.
and eventually
Oh,
it came
man.
up. So yeah, now the song's ruined. I can't not laugh while "Let the Drummer Kick" plays. It's a good song.
I've gone to lunch with BMAC, and it's like 10 minutes each way to lunch, and he just plays it on repeat.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so good. He's like, I'm in the zone, man.
He's a maniac.
Just read him a poem and it would sound the same. It's just like,
And this is where the Timo's arc happened, I guess. With his cousin getting shot in the street. This is all that all happens like during the lockout or whatever, and then parents and teachers are mad. Like he gets the brick thrown through his window and whatever, but the lockout's over, so it is what it is. And then they make the state championship, I guess.
Yeah, because that makes
I don't understand
sense.
how they did that.
They forfeit a couple games, but I guess they had been undefeated for enough games that it didn't matter. I guess is how we're supposed to get around that.
All right.
Before that,
it's a true story.
What
I
was
guess.
that? The Dead Poets Society with him being like, "What we fear is not what." I was like, "Where's this poem coming
that was
from?"
so weird.
Hang on.
I'm like, so out of left field. What?
Well,
He'd
the
asked him
whole
a couple times
movie.
what he was afraid of, but he
Yeah,
wasn't
the whole
looking for
movie.
a direct like poem quote. Like he stood up like and just was like, "Oh, Captain, my Captain."
Yeah,
we all
it was-
fear not what we become, but what we are. Like I was just like,
It was
"What?
extremely
Where did
out
this
of
come
character.
from?" It seems so. I mean, it was good, and like you could kind of see. It's just, I was like, where was this? Like, was this part of the required reading? Like, when Coach Carter was here, was that part of it? So he knew if I keep asking him, "What are you afraid of?"
Right.
Like, is he gonna know? Is he gonna quote me? And that's when I know I've done a good job with these boys. That's when I know I've gotten through to them. That part, I was just like, what is
Dude's
going on?
cousin gets shot in the street and he turns into Ralph Waldo Emerson. It was just insane.
Robert Frost. I better start spitting rhymes.
Whose woods these are, I do not know.
Maybe it was English class. Maybe he was struggling with English, and that's what he was studying this whole
English
time.
tutors in the background like, yes. And now it's sinking in.
It clicks.
And then my favorite thing that happened during this movie.
Oh,
What's the guy with the pregnant girl?
Kenyon.
Yeah, so
Kenyon.
he goes to his estranged girlfriend's house because I guess he pissed her off at the dance or whatever, and she comes in to see this scene, and Danielle goes, "She looks so small. It's so unbelievable that she's pregnant." And then 2 minutes later, the character's like, "I got an abortion," and she's just horrified on the couch. It was so funny. She looks so
Oh my
small.
Listen. The whole movie, she was like,
Just
"I'm
do the
keeping
curb
this
music.
baby. I'm doing the thing," and then out of nowhere, it was just like, "Nah, abortion."
I did it for me. Like, okay.
Oh my god.
It's so funny. And he's like he doesn't apologize for it really
Unfazed.
at all. He's just like, "I'm sorry I wasn't there with you when it
You should have
happened."
told me so I could have gone with you. Like, okay.
Thanks.
He's like, "Phew."
He gets in the car and he's like, "Whew."
Man.
Dodge that bullet. Now I can go to school. So funny, man. What a funny movie. And then they go to state and they lose by like a point. And it's like,
Aw.
of course
last
they
second.
lost.
Sad.
Because they had won everything.
Yeah.
And then just to lose that.
Still
And
annoying though.
it was
Like, you made me
annoying.
sit through all that, and you're not going to let us win.
Yeah.
Like,
So, side note,
Yeah.
they say they're undefeated this whole time, except for that last game. But if you don't play games and forfeit them, that counts
those
as
are
a loss,
losses.
right?
Yeah.
So they're not technically undefeated.
well,
how many-
I guess
do we
they
know how
were
many
up to
games
that
they
point.
forfeited?
I don't know.
It was
It
a
seemed
lot.
It felt like 2 or
long
3.
time.
I was going to say 3 to 4, but I don't actually know. That's just kind of what it seemed like to me. I'm sure we could look it up, but we haven't, and we'll never know.
Impossible to find out now.
Yeah.
So-
Let us know in the comments. Yeah.
Then we got the fun like montage or whatever of where are they now? Like,
With the best song.
what was that
I
song
had
at the
seen
end?
that.
It's
I
it's a
forget the
TikTok
name of it,
song.
but-
I didn't know this was
Yes,
from
I'm
this, but
hopeful. Yes,
y'all
I
remember
am
that when it was like
hopeful for
everywhere on
today.
Instagram?
I don't
And I'm
know.
thankful.
No, I
it
don't
was,
remember
it
that.
it was like a big thing for a while, and I was like, "What is this from?" I thought it was from some like '80s party movie or some college movie. But yeah,
It's
I was
Coach
like,
Carter.
as soon as I started playing, I was like, "Ha!" Like, no way.
It's the
You're like
meme.
Leonardo in that meme. Yeah, it's just pointing at the TV.
Here I am. Yeah.
What is that? Wolf of Wall Street that's from, right?
No,
No,
Hollywood.
it's-
Once upon a time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. I don't know. I've only seen Gangs in New York, you guys.
Gangs in New York and Star Wars.
Didn't like it. Yeah, and Star Wars. And now Coach Carter.
Which this kind of reminded me of Gangs in New York in that I thought Carter was the most compelling character. and the rest were just kind of noise to support his character.
Yeah, it was definitely a movie about him.
Yeah.
I liked it though. Let's get right into final thoughts and star ratings.
Ooh.
Starting with who wants to go first? I don't.
Nick,
Carl?
you missed the last one.
Oh,
All
Nick.
right.
Let's let Nick go first. He missed the last one.
All right, that's fair. I deserve it. No, I liked it. It wasn't anything to write home about, but it was a good movie. I mentioned I watched it twice. Second time I liked it way more. First time I was like, yeah, it's going to be a basketball movie. He's going to take this really crappy team and make them amazing. They'll win a bunch of games. That'll be the point of the movie. And that couldn't be farther from what it actually is.
Yeah.
I would go as far to say that this is barely a basketball movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a basketball coach movie.
Yeah.
And watching it through that lens made me like it way more. So, like, yes, he's incredible at basketball.
Device.
Yeah, like, he's good at it. He's a great coach. His name's on the wall. Like, practically, yeah, he's a great coach. But, like, that's not why he's there. He's there to inspire change, to, like, break the cycle that he was in, to make these people better people. At one point, he was like, the team's angry and undisciplined. So, like, he's all about, like, inspiring change in their life. And watching it through that lens, I liked it way more, which might have bumped it up a little bit for me.
So what would you give it on a five-star scale?
We'll choose chaos and go 3.8.
We can only do half stars, so do 4.
Only half?
Yeah.
3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
All right. I like it.
So
Carl?
I was gonna say 3.5 too. I think it's a good movie. I'd like the message is good. It's not a sports movie. The basketball is more of a storytelling device through which we learn about Coach Carter and his impact on these kids. It was entertaining. I don't know if I'm going to watch it again outside of this, but yeah, I think it was an overall good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3.5 feels right.
Ooh, I don't know. I feel bad now for my initial star rating that I was gonna give.
I mean, you can be honest.
I will be honest.
Because these stars, by the way, for clarification, I don't know if we ever mentioned it. They're not. I would like them to be kind of a blend between, like, this is how much I liked the movie and this is how good I feel the movie was. You know, hence why Nick gives Casablanca a lower score and why we disagree with those two on Gangs so much.
Nice 1 star for that one. Oh yeah, my rating. This movie, I think it was an okay movie. It was not bad to watch. I didn't not enjoy my time watching it, unlike other movies, Gangs of New York.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, like Nick said, it was nothing to get that hype about. So I would go 2.5.
Okay.
But before I wrap up, I feel like it would be remiss to not mention another notable actress in this movie, Octavia Spencer.
Oh, what's she in?
So shout out to her.
What is she in?
She's
Everything.
in The Help. She's in everything.
I've seen The Help. I like that movie.
I know she's in a lot more notable movies.
That's what I knew her from. She's one of the moms, right?
Hidden Figure. She's one of the
She's
maids.
in 30 Rock too.
She's one of the
No.
maids.
In Coach Carter.
Oh, yes, she's one of the
She's the mom that has the conversation in his sports goods store, right?
Yes.
With the kid out in the car.
And she makes her son apologize.
She's the mom
Get
of
in
the
there.
center character, the tall kid. I don't remember his
the
name.
The brother had passed away, or the dad had passed away.
The
and
dad.
Brother, okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I knew her from. I knew her from The Help.
The Help. I think she was in Hidden Figures. She's been in some horror movies. She's been everywhere.
She's
lately.
a good
So
actress.
shout out to her.
She's got range.
Yeah.
To show how much I don't watch movies, I know her as the character of God in The Shack.
Oh my
She
god.
plays God. She plays God.
That's hilarious.
Her and Morgan Freeman.
Her and Morgan Freeman.
Just two gods. So
say.
you went 2.5.
I did go 2.5.
For me, I think I'd go 3. I'm gonna go right in between and go 3. And for me, I feel like 4-star is that's a good movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I liked this movie. However, as far as mid 2000s basketball movies go, I think I would rate Glory Road a 3.5. and this a 3. I don't think this is as good as Glory Road. I would love to watch Glory Road with the group maybe next year. We'll do like a Glory of the Road, Remember the Titans. Well, we can watch those 2 movies and kind of add to the sports repertoire.
Sports month.
But I would love to have y'all watch Glory Road and see how it stacks for you against Coach Carter, because they are very different movies. For me, I liked how you put that this is a basketball coach movie and not a basketball movie. I think Glory Road has a lot of focus on the racial tension, so it's also not really a basketball movie. There's more basketball nuance in it. The team has a little more struggles, a little more up and downs. You get more personal with those players in that movie. Things that I just don't think this movie did as well. But I did enjoy it. It was a solid watch. It was predictable, but in a I guess comforting's not the right word, but I wasn't tense the whole time. You know what I mean? It wasn't overtly dramatic. Nice. It was nice to have a shorter, less tense movie coming out of the 5-hour Gangs of New York. The movie's so long. So, no, yeah, I'd go 3 stars. It was a good movie.
No flute music in this one.
So no flute music.
Thank God.
It did send me down a little bit of like a DMX trail where I was like, oh God, I'm going to listen to old rap now, 90s rap.
So I think for me, of the movies we've watched, I think this one's sitting between Gangs and Casablanca. I think I gave Casablanca a 4 or 3.5. I don't remember.
I think I gave it a 4.5.
I might have given it a 4. So I think the best movie that I've seen from the 3 that we've watched, 4 if you count episode 0,
Roadhouse,
is my favorite is Casablanca still. I love that movie. This movie was good though. I don't know if I'd watch it again. I mean, I haven't seen Glory Road in 13 years probably, but it was a good movie. I liked it. 3 stars. That's a passing grade.
Yeah, you should watch and do a Sprite. What was it? Sparkle? Starry?
Starry.
Yeah.
I've been drinking. You know what? My Starry is much lower than my Sprite. I keep going for the Starry, but that's recency bias probably.
Yeah.
It's
new.
It's
the outside drink. It's easier to grab.
It's the shiny Starry.
It is easier to
drink. So this week we don't get to do the fun thing and pull a movie, because
we get to do an even funner thing.
Yeah. So they'll get this episode will come up for them on the 24th, which means that the next movie we watch will be Groundhog Day. So that it comes out right around Groundhog Day.
Almost Groundhog Day.
2 days before Groundhog Day. I think that episode should release on the 31st, barring an act of God.
Yep. We'll see.
So yeah, really excited for that. Bill Murray movie.
Yep.
I've only seen a handful.
There's
the only Bill Murray movies I've seen are Ghostbusters and Caddyshack, which is not really a Bill Murray movie. He's just kind of in it.
There's like 3 movies on this list that I've seen. Groundhog is one of them.
Groundhog Day is one of them. Carl, you seen Groundhog Day?
Yep.
We watched it in high school for some reason.
Okay.
It has been a while.
You
It'll be
seen
nice to
I haven't.
Like as a
revisit.
class.
Okay. I didn't go to
I think
high
the
school,
teacher
Carl.
was like, if he didn't get to repeat this day, he could have risked an STD here. And I was like, what are we doing? like they were
We watched
talking about
Groundhog's Day in health.
Yeah, they were talking about his bad habits and like, he's not dealing with repercussions right now, but if he were, and I was like, what are you doing?
It's like, yeah, that's the whole point.
You just
Whatever.
wanted to watch Groundhog Day? Like, just stop hiding. Like, what is this disguise? Like, it's so funny.
He was really just a big Bill Murray fan.
Yeah.
Probably.
I gotta sneak this in somehow.
Yeah, there's a lesson here.
So yeah, we'll looking forward to that one. Looking forward to more of a comedy. Is that considered a comedy? I think it's.
Yeah,
I think so.
It's funny.
We'll find out.
A dramedy, maybe.
Excited for a little dramedy, a little bit of laughter after the movies we've seen. Pretty much all.
We haven't had an intentionally funny movie, just things in movies that were funny.
Yeah, all
Like
straight dramas so far. 3 straight dramas and Roadhouse. So yeah, we'll definitely watch Groundhog Day with us. Yeah, Coach Carter. An okay movie.
An okay movie.
All right.
This one, we're all kind of on the same page for this one.
Yeah, it was nice
Yeah,
to
it wasn't
agree.
as divisive as I thought it would be.
No, it's a solid movie.
Look at us.
Go sports. Go Starry. Go watch Groundhog Day, and we'll catch you in the next one.